Udawattekele Sanctuary and Forest is a wilderness situated on a mountain ridge in Kandy, Sri Lanka. It's a historic woodland in this splendid city. In the ancient Kandyan Kingdom that was ruled by kings between the 15th and 19th centuries, this region was known as Uda Wasala Watta, which means garden above the royal palace in Sinhalese. Folklore tells the story of a Brahmin named Senkanda who inhabited the forest cave from whom the city's original name is derived, Senkandagalapura. Moreover, this has been turned into a den in the modern era and stands on the incline above the famous Temple of the Tooth in Kandy. Senkanda is said to have transported a seedling of the sacred bo tree and sowed it. This site was used by the kings as a recreation and entertainment garden. The royal family controlled the forest and the public was restricted from entering the premises. As one of the most picturesque cities in Sri Lanka, Kandy reigns as a prominent area in the history and culture of this island. It is one of the most traveled to cities by both locals and tourists from all parts of the world. Kandy is in the Central Highlands and stands at an altitude of 500 meters. The city is an administrative, cultural, educational and commercial center and is encompassed by districts that produce the famous Sri Lankan tea. The second largest city in the country, it is only 115 kilometers from Colombo. The dry season is between December and April and is the best time to visit the city. Kandy experiences cooler weather and can become cold at night. January tends to be the coldest month while July remains the hottest month. The sanctuary is spread across 257 acres on a hill ridge that starts at the Temple of the Tooth and extends to the uplands of Kandy. The highest point is 115 meters above Kandy Lake and 635 meters above sea level. The haven comprises 3 Buddhist woodland complexes, namely Tapowanaya, Forest Hermitage and Senkandagalapura, and a further 3 cave habitats for Buddhist monks to reside in. The reserve acts as a drainage basin that provides the supply of water to the city. The government declared this region as a forest in 1856 and transformed it into a sanctuary in 1938. The forest is rich in plant life and vegetation. The thickness of the reserve restricts the sunlight from entering the soil. There are more than 50 endemic tree species, including 30 herb species and 60 bush species. Furthermore, this forest is acclaimed for being home to warm-blooded birds comprising aves that feature toothless beak jaws and feathers, strong and lightweight, high metabolism, and laying hard-shelled eggs. There are 80 species of birds and throngs of amazing animals such as bears, pangolins, squirrels, porcupines and bats, and monkeys swinging from tree to tree, making this forest fun and exciting. This lush tropical forest opens at 6 am for visitors and issues tickets until 4:30 pm. The entrance fee is nominal and this makes for a fantastic opportunity for bird watchers who wish to capture these spectacular birds and other varieties in their natural habitat. The Udawattakele forest is one of the most heartwarming and beautiful spots for bird watching in the country. You can observe a variety of resident birds including the brown-capped babbler, yellow-fronted barbet, Layard's parakeet, and the oriental dwarf kingfisher. Other primate breeds such as the grey langur and purple-faced langur can also be seen. Udawattakele forest also comprises 460 plant and 135 tree species and 11 liana species. Moreover, there are some splendid key sites within the forest worth witnessing on your journey through the sanctuary. The Senkanda rock cave was declared as an archaeological monument by the government of Sri Lanka in 1972. Lady Horton Street was the first street built within the reserve in 1834 by the governor of Ceylon in memory of his beloved wife. The Kodimalekanda stands at 1,800 feet above sea level and is situated within the Udawattakele Sanctuary. Legend believes this mountain was used to raise the national and religious flags during prehistoric times. There's a mighty indigenous creeper named Puswala that is said to be nearly 3 centuries old, situated close to this impressive mountain. This is a liana that bears large pods extending 5 feet long and 4 inches wide. The Garrison Cemetery is another significant viewpoint in the reserve where British nationals who resided in Sri Lanka are buried. The marble seat is a flat granite rock that was a resting place during the early years when the sanctuary was first opened to the public. It is now used as an altar to offer flowers. There's a beautiful pond which lies in the forest that was originally used by the members of the royal family. The pond was first referenced in 1824 when an expenditure that occurred was recorded. The pond is encompassed by a narrow and charming pathway known as Lover's Walk. Experience the magic of royalty and the way they lived in centuries past. Wander into the jungle that was only used by the blue-blooded and was prohibited to the common man. This region is a treasure and the atmosphere and beauty are breathtaking. Travelers can explore the woodland on a soft trek and discover the amazing nature ruins, historic elements, wealth of birds and variety of animals, rich plants and flora and fauna set amidst the magnificence of the expansive Udawattekele forest in Kandy.